Welcome, dear learners. In this unit, we will explore the concept and functions of the Rural Industry Service Center or RISC. Our primary learning objectives are as follows. First, we aim to understand how these centers contribute to the empowerment of rural individuals by equipping them with necessary skills and knowledge, ultimately seeking to boost local economies. Second, we will learn about the ways rural industry service centers enhance technical and managerial capabilities within rural industries through focused training programs and accessible resources. Third, we will understand how rural industry service centers enable more efficient and ecologically friendly production, emphasizing the optimal use of local resources. Finally, we will explore how these centers foster collaboration and innovation in rural sectors, which helps in building community strength and improving the local economy. Let's begin by defining what a rural industry service center is. Essentially, a rural industry service center is a significant initiative designed to empower rural communities by providing crucial infrastructure and support systems for local industries. These centers are established to enhance production capacity, provide vital skills training, and promote market access, especially benefiting khadi and village industries. They offer facilities like quality control labs, testing services, and access to improved machinery aiming to elevate product quality and value for rural artisans and entrepreneurs. The implementation of these centers is typically supervised by bodies such as the Khadi Village Industries Commission, that we call KVIC, and State Khadi and Village Industries Board, that we call KVIBS, serving diverse sectors including herbal products, handmade paper, pottery, leather, and biofertilizers. Rural industry service centers were established fundamentally to promote sustainable development and address the unique challenge faced by rural communities, such as the lack of access to modern technology, markets, and resources. By bridging these gaps, rural industry service centers help rural enterprises become more competitive. Their core goal include creating sustainable livelihoods, which in turn help reduce the trend of urban migration. They focus on fostering self-sufficiency by providing skill development and entrepreneurship training. Rural industry service centers play a crucial role in improving quality product and production standards through access to testing and technology. They actively address rural unemployment by creating job opportunities and supporting businesses based on local resources. Additionally, rural industry service centers champion environmental sustainability, encourage collaboration among rural stakeholders, facilitate market access, and support the modernization of traditional industries to ensure their long term viability. Now, let's examine the specific functions carried out by rural industry service centers. Firstly, A primary function is skill cultivation and the provision of training. Rural industry service centers organize programs designed to enhance the technical and managerial skills of rural artisans and workers. Participation in these programs allow individuals to improve their productivity and potential income. Secondly, quality control and testing are essential services. Rural industry service centers are equipped with facilities to test products made by rural enterprises, ensuring they meet market standards and enhancing product credibility. This is vital for building consumer trust. Thirdly, rural industry service centers provide access to cutting edge machinery. By offering shared access to advanced equipment, they enable local units and artisans to increase their production capacity and add value to their products, helping to bridge the technological divide with urban industries. Continuing with their functions. Fourth is marketing and promotion. Assisting with marketing is a critical task for rural industry service centers. They help rural enterprises promote their products through participation in trade fairs, exhibitions, and utilizing online platforms. They also offer guidance on developing appealing packaging and branding strategies. Fifth, rural industry service centers provide support for raw materials. They facilitate the acquisition and distribution of necessary raw materials, often working to ensure availability at affordable rates, which aids in reducing production cost and improving profitability for rural units. Sixth, they actively encourage product development and innovation. Rural industry service centers foster creativity by collaborating with industry experts and organizations to develop new product designs and expand the range of offerings, helping rural industries adapt to market demands. Further, integral functions include seventh, offering direction and assistance with financial matters. Rural industry service centers guide rural entrepreneurs in accessing financial aid from various sources like banks and government programs. They provide support in preparing project documents and managing finances effectively. 8. Environmental sustainability is a significant focus. Rural industry service centers promote environmentally responsible practices and sustainable production methods, such as waste management techniques and the use of renewable resources, contributing positively to both the economy and the environment. Ninth, rural industry service centers play a role in social and community development. They serve as centers that foster collaboration and the exchange of information among rural entrepreneurs and artisans, thereby cultivating a sense of community and collective progress. Finally, the 10th function involves establishing crucial links that go in both directions. Rural industry service centers provide backward linkage by helping ensure the availability of raw materials and forward linkages by connecting rural businesses to larger markets. This integrated approach streamlines the production and distribution process. 11th, through supporting the local and development of rural industries. Rural industry service centers contribute significantly to the creation of employment opportunities, directly addressing unemployment and underemployment in rural areas. 12th, rural industry service centers provide support for initiatives undertaken by the government. They often align with government rural development programs, such as those under the KVIC, acting as implementation partners to ensure these initiatives effectively reach their target beneficiaries. Collectively, these functions highlight the comprehensive role of rural industry service centers in building a more resilient and prosperous rural economy. Building upon the functions, let's now detail the specific services provided by rural industry service centers. These services are crucial for empowering rural communities and promoting small scale enterprises. First is the acquisition of competencies and instructions. Rural industry service centers deliver training programs tailored to local industry needs, focusing on technical skills like handicrafts, weaving, pottery, and agro based activities alongside management and entrepreneurship training. Importantly, they also work on imparting digital literacy to help entrepreneurs use technology for marketing and operations. Second, rural industry service centers provide access to machinery and equipment. They facilitate access to advanced tools, easing the financial burden on individual entrepreneurs and improving product quality for small scale units, allowing them to adopt modern practices without heavy initial investment. Third is assistance with financial matters. Rural industry service centers often collaborate with financial institutions to offer microfinance, loans at minimal interest rates, guidance on subsidies, and support with financial planning and investment strategies. Continuing with the services, fourth is financial assistance for marketing and sales. Recognizing the marketing challenges faced by rural enterprises, rural industry service centers organize opportunities like trade fairs and exhibitions to showcase products. They also provide support for branding and packaging to enhance market appeal and assist with online marketing, enabling local products to reach wider, even global audience. Fifth, rural industry service centers engage in research and development. They conduct research on market demand and consumer trends to foster innovation, develop new product ideas and manufacturing processes, and encourage the adoption of eco friendly and sustainable solutions. Sixth is control of quality and standardization of procedures. To ensure competitiveness, rural industry service centers offer product testing and certification services. They help implement quality control measures and provide training on adhering to industry standards and regulations. Further, services include seventh, establishing connections and working together. Rural industry service centers act as a bridge, facilitating collaboration between rural industries and various stakeholders like government bodies, non governmental organizations that we call NGOs, and the corporate sector. They also encourage the formation of cooperatives and clusters for resource sharing and use workshops to facilitate information exchange. Eighth is the crucial service of procurement of raw materials. Rural industry service centers help rural business access affordable, high quality raw material by identifying reliable vendors, potentially organizing bulk purchasing to save cost, and establishing local supply chains for timely availability. Ninth, rural industry service centers contribute to the construction of infrastructure. They work on developing industrial estates or hubs to support industry growth, which can include providing essential transportation and storage facilities, as well as establishing necessary communication and electrical infrastructure. The 10th service involves conducting awareness campaigns. Rural industry service centers run campaigns to educate communities about the importance of rural industries for economic growth, the opportunities available through government programs, and the benefits of adopting modern methods and technologies. Finally, the 11th service is observation and assessment of the situation. Rural industry service centers carry out regular evaluation of industry performance to ensure the long term viability of rural enterprises. This includes identifying challenges, proposing potential solutions, and providing ongoing support and guidance to those involved. Let's now take a deeper look at a specific vital aspect, skill development and training program. The skill development and training programs within rural industry sector. These programs are fundamental for empowering rural populations, enhancing productivity, and promoting overall economic growth. They aim to equip individuals with the necessary knowledge and abilities to succeed in diverse fields like agriculture, handicrafts, and small scale manufacturing. The key objectives of these programs are improving employability by providing industry relevant skills for jobs of entrepreneurship, promoting self sufficiency by encouraging entrepreneur ventures, reducing rural unemployment by addressing skill gaps and creating sustainable livelihoods, and enhancing productivity and quality by introducing modern techniques. Several important government initiatives support skill development in rural areas. Key programs include: first, the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, that we call PMKVY, which focuses on short term training, and recognizing prior learning, primarily targeting rural youth. Notably, the Uttar Pradesh alone, over 3.33 lakh individuals were trained under this scheme between 2020 and 2023. Second, the Jan Shikshan Sansthan, that we call JSS, which emphasizes vocational skills for non literates and school dropouts, particularly targeting women and marginalized communities like SC, ST, and OBCs. In Uttar Pradesh, JSS trained 2.64 lakh individuals during the same tenure 2020 to 2023 period. Third, the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, that we call NAPS, provides financial support for apprenticeship training, targeting both industrial establishments and trainees. Uttar Pradesh saw 1.14 lakh trainees under NAPS from 2020 to 2023. Fourth, the Craftsman Training Scheme, that we call CTS, run by Industrial Training Institutes, ITIs, focuses on long term vocational training for youth seeking technical competence. Uttar Pradesh reported 8.74 lakh individuals trained through ITIs between 2020 and 2023. The implementation of these skill development programs utilizes various strategies. These include establishing dedicated training facilities in rural areas for hand on learning, engaging in public private partnerships with industries for practical exposure, leveraging digital platforms for online training and certification, and ensuring community engagement to identify local skill gaps and tailor programs accordingly. The impact of these initiatives on rural industries is substantial. They contribute to economic empowerment through increased income and poverty reduction, lead to enhanced productivity via the adoption of modern methods, promote social inclusion by empowering underrepresented groups, and support sustainable development by fostering eco friendly practices and reducing reliance on urban migration. Dear learners, now we shall pause this video lecture as we have already discussed about the meaning of rural industry service centers, its rationale, and key goals pertaining to rural marketing. We have also learned about the core functions and services provided by these centers. We have also gone through the skill development and training programs executed by government and the strategy for its implementation. In the second part of this video lecture, we shall focus on the role of technology and its application on service centers in the form of benefits and challenges. We will also pay attention on different aspects of advantages and limitations of rural industry service centers. Until then, stay tuned and keep learning.